you good? I'd like to call to order the Tuesday, February 21st, 2023 Brooklyn City Board of Education regular meeting. Ms. Say, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Cyngier.
Here.
Ms. Krall. Here. Mr. Slattery.
Here.
Mrs. Bartczak. Here. Mr. Neale.
Here. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Next order of business is comments from visitors. In order for the board to fulfill its obligation to complete the planned agenda in an effective and efficient fashion, a maximum of 30 minutes of public participation as it pertains to a school-related topics will be permitted at each meeting. Each person wishing to address the board will approach the podium, state his, her name, and address. If several people wish to speak, each person will be allotted 3 minutes until the total time of 30 minutes is used. During that period, no person may speak twice until all who desire to have opportunity to do so have had an opportunity to do so. The period of public participation may be extended by a vote of majority of the board. Anybody? All right, we're going to move on to Superintendent's report. Dr. Polaris.
Good evening, Mr. Neale, Board of Education. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome our outstanding and super preschool team. They do so many wonderful things for us, and I often walk down the hallway and wonder in amazement how they do what they do with our kids. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Bowen, who has a few words about our preschool team, and then we're going to hear an update from our preschool team on some of the things going on in the program.
Well, good evening, guys. But before I turn it over to the preschool team and Ms. Jones, I just wanted to personally thank our preschool staff. If you ever have an opportunity to get down and walk through those halls and walk into that classroom, we traditionally feel like they have so much to learn, but when you walk in the hall, you walk in the classroom, you watch these ladies work with our youngest students, you realize how much we're learning as a building from them. And just the joy and the constant activity, the differentiation, some of the things that they'll talk about today really start to spread through different parts of the building because they do an absolutely incredible job, again, setting that tone and setting that base for our youngest students. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for what you do. We do love and appreciate you guys. And I'll let Ms. Jones go from there.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to give a brief background because they have a lovely presentation for you, but, oh, thanks, Dr.
We'll be Twitter famous in a little bit, sorry.
That our preschool exists because of special education needs. And the state over time has changed the requirements of every public school and what we need to do to serve our youngest kids. So by the age 3, we need to start serving anyone who is identified prior to that and brought to our attention, and then after age 3 up until they can begin kindergarten. And with that, we also then have what we call typically developing peers, and they join most of our classes in a way to model what would be appropriate language and social emotional skills and things like that. So we now have 3 flourishing classrooms. We've grown since I've been here, and AM and PM sessions. I'm not going to tell you too much because I know I'm stealing their thunder and their slides. So, but I too appreciate each and every one of you and what you do. So, tag.
Thank you.
You can switch. Yeah.
Good evening. Thank you guys so much for being here and inviting us to come and present on our baby, Brooklyn Preschool. So there it is, Brooklyn Preschool. We are an invested children and a UPK site, which I will explain what that means in a little bit, but you'll always see that logo on our site. And there we are, that's our Brooklyn Preschool team. So we are a team of 8 ladies, 4 teachers and 4 classroom assistants. We'll give a little introduction of who the teachers are. So my name is Brittany Hubble. I'm an intervention specialist and coordinator for the preschool program. This is my 10th year at Brooklyn Preschool, so I'm the senior one over here. I have a master's degree in early childhood education and a master's degree in literacy and special ed. And I'm also a 2008 Brooklyn graduate, and I'm also a Brooklyn resident, so Miss Brooklyn over here.
I'm Jessica Super. I've taught preschool for 9 years, but this is only my second year at Brooklyn, and I'm really excited. I love Brooklyn. I have a bachelor's degree in early childhood and early childhood intervention specialist, and then I just got my master's in special education with a focus in autism.
My name is Kayla Patterson. I've been at Brooklyn Preschool for 3.5 years, so I started my teaching career here right when COVID started, so it's been an experience. I have a bachelor's degree in early child education, and I am finishing my master's in May for curriculum and instruction for reading and literacy.
And I'm Sarah Lee. I've been at the Brooklyn Preschool for 2 years now, and I began teaching 14 years ago in Cleveland, so I had 7 years in teaching first grade and then another 7 teaching second. So I love preschool. It's awesome, and they're so sweet.
And then our classroom assistants, they're not here with us tonight, but we have Mrs. Diana Dunlap. She's been with us for 3.5 years. And then we have some newer staff this year, Miss Leah Bierman, Miss Natasha Groh, and Mrs. Julie Quintiliano, who have all been with us for 1 year. So just to kind of give you some of our basics of our preschool, since we do run very differently than the rest of the school. We run 6 half-day classes, so that's our 3 classrooms, and we run from 8:10 to 11:20 and 12:10 to 3:20 Monday through Thursday. We have several different types of classrooms, like Ms. Jones was explaining, everything from general education classrooms to co-teaching with both a general ed teacher and a special needs teacher, as well as just special education models. We have been a universal pre-kindergarten site, or we call it UPK, for over 10 years. We've been one since I've been here, and I think we've been for 1 or 2 before I came. And what that means is we're kind of held to a higher standard than other preschools. We receive grant funding for going above and beyond what we do. We do a lot of child assessment and screenings on all of our children, a lot of extra family engagement activities, provide resources to our families, and more. And then this school year, we're serving over 70 students, which is amazing. It's our biggest numbers we've ever had. And I'm going to toss it over to Ms. Patterson to talk about family engagement.
All right, so at preschool, we hold a lot of family events. Some of these events are during school hours and some are after school. We do this so that parents can see their students in the classroom setting as well as outside the classroom setting. One event that we have held is on the farm with families. So families came into the classroom during school hours to create a farm craft, eat a farm-themed snack, and meet several types of farm animals. So they had a chance to come and enjoy an activity with their kiddos and other friends. Now, this is one of our events on the board that we hold annually. It's a gingerbread jamboree. So this is an event that we hold after school. Families this year come in to the high school auditorium to have a short concert performance from the preschoolers. Then the families move to the cafeteria to frost cookies, create ornaments, take pictures. We'll get some of the artwork their kiddos had made in the classroom, as well as mingle with other families. This year we've had over 230 people attend the gingerbread jamboree. Okay, so there are some other ways we involve families. We have 2 parent committees. One is the Preschool Action Team, and the other is the Brooklyn Preschool PBIS Team. We also hold annually parent study groups on social emotional skills to use at home. One of our social emotional curriculums is conscious discipline, and conscious discipline provides an array of behavior management strategies and classroom structures that teachers and parents can use to turn everyday situations into learning opportunities. And then we also invite families to volunteer in the classrooms during centers time and special events like Halloween or Valentine's Day, things like that.
Okay. So every week we do some different enrichment activities that we partner with people in the school, and then we also have people that come from out of the school. So this is one of our partnerships that is out of the school with the Groovy Garfoos. Miss Abby comes once a week, and she provides music therapy to all of our classrooms for 30 minutes So each class gets their own 30-minute session. And this is her providing music to also help with using a multi-sensory approach to help with social skills, to help, she asks us kind of what goals we're focusing on in our classroom, and then she also uses those goals in her songs and dance and instruments. She also differentiates to each of our classroom needs. So the gen ed classroom might be doing a lot different than what our special education classroom might be doing. And then she also helps them generalize those skills throughout the classroom as well. So this was going to be a video to kind of show you the differentiation. We'll try it.
Wasn't going well.
But I can kind of explain.
Jessica, I can always share it with the board afterwards.
Okay.
So, yeah, you want to explain, but I can
Yeah.
share it to the board
Just sing the
afterwards.
song.
So this shows you the special education classroom, which I actually teach. It's our, we have, can have up to 6 students, and they all receive special education, and there's no typically developing peers in there. So these students typically have a harder time staying and attending, and so that's something we're working on, is those skills of attending to a teacher, or sharing with the person next to them, or just even engaging with something that's different than what they're used to. So in the video, you'll see them, they're all kind of, someone's laying on the floor and playing a drum, someone's kind of shaking a bell, they're all just kind of exploring in their own way. And we work on like stop and go a lot to help with that prefrontal cortex of just when somebody says stop, you stop. And then the next video was more of a large group, everybody doing the same thing. She gives a direction, she plays a song, everyone follows with the song, and does kind of the same thing that the person next to them. And they really model from those peer role models next to them. Once they see the other students doing it, they're able to do those same things as well. So that's a little bit of how she differentiates between our classes. But also, you can always come stop down and see music therapy. It's very calming on most days.
I'm there most Tuesday nights. So.
And then we have fine motor groups where Miss McKenzie, our occupational therapist, comes in weekly, and she helps work on those fine motor skills, such as pre-writing skills, scissor skills, sensory exploration, and she also differentiates. So on the left are some of the students in our special education classroom that are working on just rinsing off shaving cream from cars and using pincher skills. And on the right, you'll see a student who's working on those the letter writing. So every week, those kind of change and go along with our theme, and then they help them for when they're preparing for kindergarten to use those skills in more advanced ways.
Super. And then Mrs. Lee for connecting with the community.
All right, so we have a high school student, and she comes to us to teach us sign language. Her name is Miss Anisha. She does have a hearing impairment, so she comes with her translator, and she does some vocabulary, so themed vocabulary. In the fall, she came and did fall vocabulary and a fall poem, and it was really cute, a little finger play. And then she just did it again in the winter. And the kids love it. They get, it gives them exposure to different forms of communication. And it allows her the opportunity to connect with the kids, and she really enjoys it. So that's fun.
Same thing. We have a video of her from our last time that we can share out with you for later on. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay.
There we go.
Okay, and then we also have several high school helpers that come in and they volunteer in the preschool. They do different things for us. They help us prepare activities. They help us work with the students. And they model social emotional skills during play. And they, learn, like the young girl that's with me right now, she really wants to be a teacher. So she's, it's a really good way to help our high school students who want to become educators. So, and then we partner with the Brooklyn branch of the Cuyahoga County Library. We have a lady named Miss Sarah. She comes in once a month to work on those early literacy skills. She reads stories. She does really cute finger plays and songs with the kids, and they really love her. So, all right.
And then some things that we enhance our preschool with using particularly that UPK grant money. So here are just a few examples. So you see the student on the left there is using an iPad. We are fortunate enough to have enough iPads for every classroom to hold a iPad center where we put learning educational apps on. We sometimes use guided reading at the reading center for them. We've used music apps. Ms. Super has some iPads that help with communication for some of her students as well. So we're very fortunate to have that at our program. It's a little bit tough to see, but you see that guy in the middle. He's on our new poured rubber that we got in last spring on our playground, which has been fantastic for preventing accidents, just having a safe place. There's some equipment that is with that too. There is a teeter-totter and a spinny chair that we got installed with the poured rubber. And we're going to be getting turf on the other side where the wood chips are this summer as well, and we're able to do that through our UPK grant funding. And then just an example, every classroom also has a light table that you see that guy on the right playing with. So it's a great STEM tool. We have a lot of magnet blocks, transparent blocks, letters. They're just great tools to have in the classroom for enhancing different activities. Oh, and then I also wanted to mention, I didn't have a picture of it, but we do use our grant for a lot of our supply funding. We are able to provide all of our snack for students. We're able to provide scholarships to most of our families because of the UPK grant funding. So it does a lot of nice things. And then just to wrap it up for some awards and recognition we've gotten recently, we are part of the NNPS, which is the National Network of Partnership Schools. It's part of our family engagement action team that we talked about. We did receive last year the Partnership School Award, as well as a publication in the Promising Partnership Practices, and this is out of Johns Hopkins University. So I know it's a little small to see there, but the publication is actually about our preschool spring concert that we put on last year and how we connected families in a kind of a different way. So that's one thing. And then also our PBIS, or Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports team. We do have our own preschool team. We've been in existence for about 5 years, and we did receive the Bronze Award for our PBIS work last year. And then we just wanted to thank you guys for your time and getting to know a little bit about preschool, and thanks.
Any questions, Mr. Neale, Board of Education, for our preschool staff?
I have one question. Just get an assessment of how do you feel that the children are coming into the class right now? What effect has the pandemic in the past? Has it had any kind of impact on their social skills?
I think, you guys chime in too, I think the biggest thing we see is kind of those social emotional skills. A lot of the kids coming in now were babies or very young when the pandemic started, so they haven't been to things like library time, out in different social events. So kind of that separating from parents and then interacting with others, we're kind of working on a little more.
Are the parents letting go?
They are.
Yes, they are.
Anybody else?
Can we get a copy of their full PowerPoint? I mean, that's what we have here,
That's
okay.
there, and I can show it, I can share it electronically too.
Because I mean, I honestly think we need to let more people, I mean, besides the people that are gonna watch this, I think everybody should put it on their social media.
Yeah, so
And
what I'll
just
do is
blast it out.
I'll get it out on our website, I'll share it
Yeah.
with the board, but also share, Brittany, if you could, just
Yep.
share me those specific links of the videos, and then I'll share it with the board for Friday, okay?
Perfect.
All right.
Thank
I
you.
have a question.
Yeah.
How many of the children in pre-K matriculate into the Brooklyn schools? What percentage would you say? I guess.
I mean, so right now, they're all Brooklyn, all 70 of our students are Brooklyn students, with approximately half, let's just say half of them matriculating to kindergarten from year to year. That always differs depending on birthdays and things like that, but the goal really is to build our preschool program so that these ladies can work with them, build those early skills, build those early literacy skills, so that because kindergarten's always a tough transition anyway, it sometimes is a tough transition for parents also, as we all, so one of those things is we want as many of our preschoolers as we can, so that when we get them into kindergarten on a full day basis, we can really start working on some of those early literacy and social skills.
If I could just add that very, very few students leave Brooklyn after our preschool. Nearly 100% move on to kindergarten. It just depends on their age of when they move on.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of looking for.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why it's a good program, because it, you know, the familiarity and, you know, they start making their friends
Yeah.
in pre-K.
The scholarship was a huge help because UPK provides up to 50% savings to families based on income. So, and nearly every family benefits somehow from scholarships.
What's the cost for families?
$250 a month, so down to $125. And then we're reimbursed for that other piece of the scholarship, so we still get $250 for each student.
Anybody else?
Can we award them right now and tell them they don't have to stay for the whole meeting if they don't want to?
You just told them.
Thank you, everybody, appreciate it.
Thank you. Very good.
Mr. Neale, that's my report.
There you go.
There you go.
Appreciate that. All right, we're gonna go on to the treasurer's report. Mrs. A?
Thank you. I just want to thank the preschool team. I have 2 little ones and I don't know how they do it every day, so thank you. I also wanted to say this is my last board meeting for Brooklyn, so I wanted to thank the board, thank the community, thank the admin team, thank my staff, thank Dr. Polaris for everything that you guys have done for me. You've always had a place in my heart, and I want to thank you. I also want to give a shout out to my staff, Karen and Diana. They have been amazing. Karen has been a rock, and Diana has been earning her keep. She has been looking through the CCIP Foundation report, and she just came to me the other day and she said that they think ODE shorted us $8 grand. So we're in
Let's
contact
get
with
it.
ODE getting a refund. So I want to thank my staff, thank the community, thank everybody for the opportunity I had here for Brooklyn, and that's all that I had. That was it.
Thank you. I'm just want to recognize Mr. Scott. He's in the back up there. You know, he's going to be our interim treasurer. So we're looking forward to Mr. John Scott helping us out while we go for a search for another treasurer. All right. Anybody else? All right. We're going to move on to comments from board members or board reports, committee reports. We're going to start with Mr. Slattery.
Thank you. The rec board meeting, they actually have one scheduled for tonight, so obviously I'm not there, I chose to come here. So I will find out what's going on there, but the last meeting, it was stated, a bunch of different programs and upgrades they're doing, but right now it stands that the city needs roughly $9 million just to keep the rec center at the current levels of programs and things. They had a study done 4 or 5 years ago, before I was in the mix. And some of the things they tried to implement, others they didn't at the time, they prioritized. But at that point, you know, things have kind of elevated cost-wise. And one thing about rec centers that a lot of people don't understand, they're not money makers. I don't think there's any city that has a rec center that makes money. There's a cost to provide a service, and, you know, the service, the more involved it gets with the pool, the natatorium, all of the swimming lessons, all things like that. It's, you know, it's expensive. I mean, those things, and to add and just a general upkeep is extremely expensive. So they've got a lot of work ahead of them, and I'm sure they'll do well. Facilities, we have not determined a date yet.
Yeah,
but
no,
we'll
so
get together.
my hope is to have the facility study back from AVG by the end of this month, early March, have a facility committee meeting, and then do a board presentation. I'm thinking April-ish at a work session, somewhere around there, in terms of what that looks like. So that's what I'm thinking right now, but I'm still waiting on the results.
Thank you. As far as city council, we have a new councilman, Stephen Coyle. I'm very confident in his ability. I think he's a nice addition. I think he'll do well there. Funny thing was that I had to kind of commend him. The first thing he got to vote on was giving the police a raise. So I'm like, they're not a bad group of guys to make friends with. So that went well for him. Lastly, I'd like to talk about Colleen for a second. I'm sorry to see you go. I think you've done an outstanding job here. I think you instilled some trust and faith and transparency in a department that dearly needed it. I think you're leaving the place better than you found it, by far. And if you need anything, I'm a phone call away. We worked together, but I think we became friends, and if I can ever help you in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out to me.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
You got it. We're gonna go on to Mr. Singer.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, I'd like to welcome Councilperson Kathy Pucci. Nice to see you at our meetings again. And I also would like to just kind of piggyback on what Rob had said, and that's to congratulate you on your new job in Elyria.
Thank you.
I wish you much success, and thank you for your service to Brooklyn. We are going to miss you.
I'm gonna miss you guys too. Thank you.
I'd like to congratulate our honor roll and merit roll that we're going to be voting on tonight. Thank you, students, for your commitment to education and learning the ropes. It'll help you in the future. I plan on attending the OSBA Legislative Conference in Columbus on March 31st in Columbus, and I hope to meet with a couple of the representatives there, including Bride Sweeney, who helped support the fair funding bill that helps benefit the Brooklyn schools. It looks like that's going to happen again, at least we hope so, and continue to support Brooklyn with the foundation. The OSBCC is having a meeting this Thursday at noon on a Zoom call, and our concentration efforts are going to be to listen to Sheriff Terry Spees from Medina County, who will be covering a new project with several sheriffs in the area to address the sextortion issues that affect our schools. So I hope to update all of you with a report at the next meeting. That's it on my report.
Thank you. On to Ms. Krall.
February is Teen Dating, Violence and Prevention Month, and the Domestic Abuse Commission would like to provide resources for families that may have questions or concerns. They're having a meeting on Thursday, February 23rd from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the library. There will be a guest speaker from the Journey Center who will be presenting and hosting a discussion on healthy relationships. Teenagers and parents of teenagers are encouraged to attend. Congratulations to Shariah Gales for making her 1,000 career points over last week. She's talented both on the basketball court and on the drum line, and I am excited to see where she is headed after graduation. Night at the Races is Saturday, February 25th. Thank you to the boosters who helped plan the event and the volunteers and coaches that have donated towards the event. This is the biggest athletic fundraiser of the year, and being behind the scenes, there is an obscene amount of work and time that goes into planning such an event and making it a success. Sister Act is March 23rd through the 25th, and the next Music Booster meeting is February 28th for any who are interested in volunteering. And this is another big weekend that takes a lot of time and effort by our parent volunteers. And last, the College and Career Resource Fair is March 2nd from 5 to 8, and I would really encourage students and parents to attend. I think this is a great way to visit with colleges, employers, military, and really consider all the options available after graduation. That concludes my report.
Ms. Krall, can I just add too, for the resource fair, that's open to our community members too, so there are gonna be lots of different businesses here. So we obviously it's for our students and it's gonna focus on our students, but there are going to be many businesses here that would also benefit our community members if needed. So it's really open to everybody, but yeah, I just want to mention that piece too.
Okay, thank you. On to Ms. Bartczak.
Thank you, Mr. President. I had something long that I was going to read in some information, but my voice I don't think will last that long. So I want to, we did have 2 curriculum meetings that went very well, and we have a direction that the committee is going to go in, so it's going in a positive direction. We need to set up a student achievement meeting. We haven't done that one yet this year. But Colleen, you took on a challenge. You came to us, and it was not what most treasurers walk into. I'll say that. And you provided some stability, much needed stability, and instilled confidence in that office. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Best of luck. And I think the Hurricanes are better than the other school that you're going to. I don't want to say where you're going, but I still think the Hurricanes are better. But so, you're welcome. I was going to mention a bunch of other, actually some of the other stuff about the sextortion that Rick was talking about. There's there's a big thing going on, and I think we need to do something again. It was just aired again, because someone sent me a text message about it, that the episode you were on of Dr. Phil was just aired somewhere on one of the stations that replays Dr. Phil this past weekend. Because someone sent me a text, they're like, it's on. And so, and it made me start to think that we need to do something again, since it's been so long. I don't think people remember what happened, and I think we need to do something again as preventative, and that, and to prevent any of our students from becoming victims to that.
If the board, and I didn't know you were going to bring this up, but I have stayed in contact with her. If the board and the school would permit, I could speak with her and have her come in and talk.
I'd love to, I'd love to know what's, yeah, I mean, a little more, I don't think I was here.
He
You
wasn't-
were not, oh no,
he
this
wasn't
is
around.
way
Yeah,
before.
we had a student that went missing.
No, okay.
And what happened was she got tied up, she was texting back and forth, and somebody traveled from Missouri all the way here, picked her up. She got in the car willingly. I mean, a kid made a foolish choice. Got in the car, he took the phone away, traveled back to Missouri, held her against her will, sexually assaulted her. And the sad thing is with the system, that individual, I followed him as, you know, once he was caught. I worked on a case, the local news broad asked me to come in, worked on a case, we identified an IP address, we turned it over to the FBI tracked the IP address to Missouri, and then within 24 hours, they went and rescued her. So I stayed in contact with her, she still lives local in Northeast Ohio. But if it would be worth her coming in and speaking with
I
the
mean,
kids.
this would be a good topic to
Yeah.
talk about on the 30th for our
Yes.
next PD curriculum meeting, because we were looking for something where we're working towards, internet safety and all of those things. So I think there's a great tie-in for that committee work, so at least maybe we add it to that agenda for the 30th, and then
Yeah.
I'll reach out to her tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
That's great.
Absolutely.
I think, you know, because it made me think of that, and I know there's an organization that a family from Streetsboro, I believe it was, unfortunately lost their son to sextortion, and I don't want any of our students to ever think that he committed suicide, that is something they need to do. I want them to know they always have someone to come to, and that I want to do something. I know we did put on a night after that for the parents to attend ICAC. We put it on, and with some of the apps and stuff, and I just think, you know, we should do it again.
Yeah, so just FYI, we are working on getting on ICAC's schedule for this fall. So right now, their spring is pretty much booked. Mr. Heron, Officer Meadows are working on a fall date, but it might be good to tie into, so there's a lot of good tie-ins there. Yeah, absolutely.
We could call in some favors, the prosecutors at Brooklyn Hurricane.
Okay.
So,
But so I wanted to bring that up, and I know Rick spoke about that too. So if anyone would like to talk to me about anything Brooklyn school related, I can always be reached at 216-406-4304. Don't know if I'll have a voice, but I can always text back, and that's
Bonnie,
what I work.
can you and Rick maybe get together with some dates for the student achievement committee meeting, and then we'll get it scheduled over the next month, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect, thank you. First, I'd like to thank and appreciate all the preschool program. That's a wonderful program, looks like a beautiful program, so great job, ladies, on that. We don't have a technology meeting, but we will be setting one up shortly. I do have the policy, and we haven't any policy change at this moment, and then I also have the Polaris. Dr. Colaris and I met with the superintendent 2 weeks ago, a week ago?
Last Monday,
Yeah,
13th, yeah.
last month. And we went over the numbers, and the numbers are very, by percentage, we have the highest percent of any school that goes to Polaris. They're really happy with the numbers. Number of applicants for next year is 66, and this is gonna be juniors. And 55 of them are accepted already. There's a waiting list of 11. Doesn't mean you're not in, but you just have to wait for the program because we might have to add more teachers. So accepted students, we got 83% out of the 66.
did the vet program start yet? Or are they
No,
still-
they're actually, the pre-vet program is just being put out to bid for the construction part of it, and it probably won't show up till fall.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But that's a program, they already have the numbers are filled, you know
I
what I mean?
imagine it's gonna be popular.
One program that we do here is a satellite program, is the program that is the engineering program, and those numbers are always been very steady and are up again this year. This is 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th?
So seventh grade, every seventh grader takes design and engineering
Right.
as they go into eighth grade. Correct me, Mr. Hare, medical detectives and robotics.
Yep.
And then ninth grade are all the different electives that, we have a new teacher, Mrs. Romano, and she's done a phenomenal job with building those numbers, so program is very strong.
Yep, yep. If you ever have a chance to walk into there, any of the board members, I walk into that room and Mr. Ron is a good guy and he just welcomes everybody. It's a nice place to be.
Mr. President, I have a question.
Sure.
This goes to Dr. Polaris as well. You know, with the funds that we receive from Debbie Tomisco for scholarship,
Yeah.
are these children, are these students taking advantage of that scholarship?
So
Is there a process?
So that's gonna be the process this spring. We're gonna have to open it up to our seniors in terms of what that scholarship is and then go from there, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And the other thing, I just want to read a quick paragraph. Polaris did not Polaris, but Polaris had a survey done of 400 people, all within the districts that they survey, or that they teach. And nearly 90% of the adults in the Polaris Career Center service area had heard of the school, and 80% viewed it in a favorable way, which is an exceptional high number that most public school systems would envy. Among those adults who have personally attended Polaris, the people with firsthand experience or have family members who have done, 98% of it viewed in a favorable way. So I just want to let people know that the Polaris option is a pretty good option for kids to be educated. So if you're not sure the direction you're going, 7th, 8th, 9th, you might want to look at Polaris down the road. So that's my insight on it. And I think that's the end of my report. We're going to go on to approval of minutes and financial statements, and tonight's reader is Mr. Slattery.
Thank you. Resolved that the minutes of the Brooklyn Board of Education may be adopted and all action taken by the board at said meetings is hereby reaffirmed and approved.
Do I have a motion,
So
please?
Second.
Questions, comments? Mrs. A, could you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the financial statements of the receipts and expenditures for the month of January 2023, including all purchase orders paid and all then and now statements for the month of as submitted.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Questions, comments? Mrs. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the following adult chaperones and volunteers for the Europe trip, April 7th through the 18th, 2023. Background checks are on file in the board office. Jackie Holko, Annie Burr, Kristen Field, Chingling Hang, help, will help?
Well,
Okay, thank you. Kevin Meehan, Melissa Meehan, Wendy Smith, Jamie Sullivan, Jim Verba.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Can I have a second? I'll second it. Questions, comments? Mrs. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby commends the following students for their academic achievement, as noted.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Questions, or second?
Second.
Questions, comments? Congratulations, great job. Jim used to be able to total the numbers, I'm sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
total the numbers, so. Anybody else? Mrs. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Resolved, Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby authorizes the superintendent to enter into an agreement with colleges listed below to qualified students for College Credit Plus during the 2023-2024 school year, per the attachments. Kent State University, University of Akron, Cuyahoga Community College, and Lorraine Community College.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. Questions, comments?
I would just like to say, I would like for all the parents to look into this and consider it. And even the kids who are at Polaris, they still qualify for it because it's such a savings for our parents, their families, and a way for if your child is able to go and is ready to take some college classes. Even if they take a school year all throughout high school, then they've got one semester done, and that's money saved. So I really would encourage all of our parents to look into, they have so many options for these College Credit Plus classes. I think it's a benefit. I think it's something people don't realize that is available. And I wanted to make sure that people, because someone said something about, well, if you go to Polaris, you can't do it. And I was like, what do you mean? Yes, you can. You can do it if you go to Polaris. It has nothing to do with it. So you could do both.
Right.
So, but I just think that our parents should look into it because it's a way for our kids to get college credit for free.
I agree, 100%.
To just an additional comment, so some of those courses are offered here during the day at the high school, and then additionally, some of those courses are students that they have access to the college course catalog.
Yep. Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Ms. Say, can you call the roll?
Mr. Cyngier?
Yes.
Ms. Krall?
Yes.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak?
Yes.
Mr. Neale?
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby authorizes the superintendent to enter into a primary service agreement with Educational Services Center of Cuyahoga County for ORC 3313.843 for the 2023-2024 and 2024-2025 school year. Agreement on file in the Treasurer's Office.
Have a motion, please.
So moved.
Second. The first and the second here. Questions, comments? Ms. Say, could you call the roll?
Mr. Cyngier?
Yes.
Ms. Krall?
Yes.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak?
Yes.
Mr. Neale?
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the attached agreement between the Greater Cleveland Career Consortium and the Brooklyn City School District as it relates to designing and implementing the planning and career exploration PACE framework for 6th through 12th grade students of the district at no cost to the district. Agreement on file in the Treasurer's Office.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Can I have a second? Questions, comments? Ms. Say, could you call the roll?
Mr. Cyngier?
Yes.
Ms. Krall?
Yes.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak?
Yes.
Mr. Neale?
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby authorizes the superintendent to enter into an agreement with Educational Alternatives for the placement of students into their educational program per ORC 3323.08 at a cost of $22,125 for the remainder of the 2022-2023 school year. Agreement on file in the Treasurer's Office.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Can I have a second? Questions, comments?
Question. This is aimed at Dr. Polaris. Can you give us an idea how many students are involved?
For this, it's one student only.
One student?
Yeah, one student only, and Paula, correct me if I'm wrong, includes transportation, that cost? Yes, so it's one student for the remainder of this school year.
These are services that we cannot provide.
That is correct. These are services we cannot provide here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Mrs. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Cyngier?
Yes.
Ms. Krall?
Yes.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mr. Neale? Mrs. Bartczak?
Yes.
Mr. Neale?
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby authorizes the superintendent to enter into agreement with Polaris Career Center for the Coordinated Career Technical Student Program, Gateway and Engineering. Agreement on file in the Treasurer's Office.
Can I have a motion,
So
please?
moved.
Second.
Questions, comments? Ms. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Cyngier?
Yes.
Ms. Krall?
Yes.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak?
Yes.
Mr. Neale?
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the superintendent to enter into agreement with Ripcho Studios for the 2023-2024 school year.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Can I have a second? I'll second it. Questions, comments? Ms. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Cyngier?
Yes.
Ms. Krall?
No.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak?
No.
Mr. Neale?
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby authorizes the superintendent to purchase classroom furniture from Martin Public Seating LLC out of the ESSER ARP funding for K through 3, and additional supplemental furniture for 4th through 12th grade per the attached quote.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments? I think we reviewed this, yeah. Ms. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Cyngier?
Yes.
Ms. Krall?
Yes.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak?
Yes.
Mr. Neale?
Yes.
Resolve the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the granting a limited contract to the following certified personnel for the remainder of the 2022-2023 school year only. This assignment is subject to termination when such services no longer are needed. Cynthia Ortiz, long-term certified daily substitute, class 2, step 0, effective February 14th, 2023.
Can I have a motion, please? Second. Questions, comments? Ms. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak. Yes. Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Resolved, Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the following persons for the 2022-2023 supplemental assignment with the provision that such individuals comply with all rules and regulations in the State Department of Education regulations pertinent to the proper certification and fulfills the requirements of the job description attached to their supplemental contracts as noted.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
We got first and second here. Questions, comments?
Question.
Go.
These are going to be paid for with ESSER funds?
The tutoring we can, the Ms. Stark, no, but the tutoring we can, and I know we have money set aside, so the tutoring positions will be paid out of ESSER, yes.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Mrs. A, could you call the roll, please?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the following persons for the 2022-2023 supplemental coaching assignments with the provision that such individuals comply with all Ohio High School Athletic Association rules and regulations and State Department of Education regulations pertaining to proper certification and/or first aid training and fulfills the requirements of the job description attached to their supplemental contracts, as noted.
Can I have a motion, please? Can I have a second? Questions, comments? Mrs. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Mr. Neal, one quick point I forgot to mention, we will have one additional coach, JV baseball, that we'll have to vote on for the March 7th board meeting. The application came in late, they were still trying to find the JV baseball coach, so that'll be on the agenda for this just that one coach.
So Jim Bartczak is no longer the coach?
No, these are all accurate, I'm saying, we still have one unfilled position.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be on the March 7th, that'll be on the March 7th agenda.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else? Good? Did we call the roll, Rick? No. Ms. A, can you call the roll?
You did.
We're good, I came afterwards, that was me.
You threw
That was
me
on
off.
me. Yes, I
You
did, I
said
threw
yes,
you off.
you threw me off.
I
Come
threw you
on,
off.
let's go.
Don't listen to me for
Let's go. That's true. I gotta think twice. I gotta think twice now.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the employment of the following classified personnel for the 2022-2023 school year, contingent upon successful completion of background checks and verification of credentials, as noted.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. Questions, comments? Ms. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the employment of the following on-call substitute personnel effective February 1st, 2023 for the remainder of the 2022-2023 school year, as noted.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. Questions, comments? Ms. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the unpaid leave for the following classified employees, as noted.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments? Ms. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the following classified resignation. Sharice Miles, cleaner, effective 2/2/23, and J.C. Rowland, building monitor, 7:30 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. only, effective 2/17/23.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Can I have a second? Got it. Questions, comments?
So, Mr. Neal, Board, the Elizabeth Smith-Heiser, who we approved in 5.4, that's the replacement for Sharice Miles.
Oh.
So
okay.
that's the replacement.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Anybody else? Ms. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the revised classified job description per the attachment.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second. Questions, comments?
We'll have one more set of job descriptions to approve, hopefully March, April, and we're almost through all the classified job descriptions.
Reconfiguring them is what we're doing?
I mean,
Just sort of
yeah,
tuning them up?
Yeah, updating them, making
Yeah,
sure they
yeah.
match contract language, making sure Ms. Neale has, so just making sure that they haven't been done in a long time, so we're just cleaning them up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Anybody else? Mrs. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby accepts the certified retirement of Luann Francis Angeli effective at the conclusion of the 2022-2023 school year.
Can I have a motion,
So
please?
moved. Second.
Second. Questions, comments?
I think this is gonna be the first time there's not a Francis Angeli running, I mean, they went to school here, they've been in the building for
Yeah.
Long time.
decades.
They were in Rodone,
Yeah.
they were in
Yeah.
Brookfield, I mean, they were everywhere. Awesome. So motion already? Have a motion, please. Did I already?
Yeah.
Did I? Mrs. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby commends Luann Francis Angeli for her service to the students of Brooklyn.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Questions, comments, other
Thank
than
you.
thank
Thank
you?
you.
Thank you for what you've done. Anybody else? Mrs. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Resolved, the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the following rates for off-duty police officers effective August 1st, 2023. Regular officers, $45 per hour. Special officers, $35 per hour. Auxiliary officers, $25 per hour.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Questions, comments? Mrs. A, can you call the roll?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
I just want to read this last part. Number one, the prices are set by the police chief, so we have no involvement in that. And secondly, we have school resource officer. This does not involve his duties or his salary. So it was stated here, I just wanted to be clear on that.
Okay, good. Anybody else? Anybody have any correspondence related to action information? We never did find out what that really means, did we?
But we're gonna keep saying it.
You know. Any other business? I do. I forgot to thank Colleen. Thank you for what you have done. So we do appreciate your service here. You will be missed, all right? So hang in there. It's only a 38-minute drive. We'll leave it at that.
We might all come on cause trouble at your first meeting.
Exactly. Exactly. So again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anybody else, other business? All right, hold on one second. Announcement of next regular Board of Education meeting is for Tuesday, March 7, 2023, Treasurer's Office Conference Room, 9200 Bidoff, Brooklyn, Ohio, 6 p.m. All right, resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education recess into executive session pursuant to RC 121.22G for the purpose of conducting or reviewing the negotiations of collective bargaining agreements. Upon conclusion of the executive session, the board president shall gavel the board back into open session from the Board of Education Treasurer's Office, Conference Room 9200 Bidoff, Brooklyn, Ohio, 44144. All matters discussed in this executive session are designated to the public officials and employees as confidential pursuant to RC 10203B because of the status of the proceedings and/or the circumstances under which the information will be received, and preserving its confidentiality is necessary for the proper conduct of government business. Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please? I need a motion.
Point of order. Point of order.
Yeah, point of order, go ahead.
We would need a comment saying there will be no other business to be
All right.
conducted after.
I'll add it.
Everybody's in favor of that, correct?
It's a friendly amendment.
Yeah, everybody's in favor of that? I will gavel this out. No more business,
I'll add it to the agenda, Mr. Singer.
please. Thank you, Mr. Singer. Have a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Singer.
Yes.
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.